Hello. See if a few other people filter in. Quite a few booked on, but it is very cold today. Maybe people are struggling to get themselves moving, but if not, we'll get started very shortly. We're going to start on so either chair or wall for some easing in modification, so we don't have to get ourselves down on the ground. Here is somebody else. So either, I don't know what that was, either on the chair or on a wall, modifying a cat-cow to begin with. So we're going rounded back and then lower back bend, but in a supported position, and then we've got some nice little rotations to do. But yeah, we'll get started. I think this is the first time I've had arms and legs covered up in ages. Like, it's very, very chilly today. So this is like we're going to defrost ourselves together. Okay, so kitchen worktop, back of the chair, make sure it's sturdy, or just hands on the wall. And then take those feet back so that we're rounding, and then you're sort of pushing them shoulders away from the ears. Drop that head through. And then round those shoulders, almost like pushing those shoulders and that upper back up towards the sky. And then drop those hips forward, head goes back, let lower back get a little bend in it by letting those hips come through. Head up. And then we're going to go back down into that rounded position, push shoulders away from ears, push back up towards the ceiling, and then bring hips forward again, tilt the head back, lovely, one more, getting some movement through the spine before we go through our rotations. Perfect. Put your feet under, take the weight from yourself again with those feet, and just stand in a nice neutral position. So we're going to go with some rotations next. So again, hand on the wall or hand on that high surface, and we're going one arm through, and as that arm comes up to rotate, we're just going to take opposite leg back onto the toe. So we're just going to do all on one side first. We're dropping that position down, bringing that arm through, and then rotating it out, opposite toe to the back. That's just creating a different joint reaction for us in the spine. Okay, one more. And swapping sides, so bring that other arm through, rotating it up, opposite leg goes back onto the toe, and then bringing it back round. Awesome. Again, feet underneath, take that weight off any surface and stand neutral. We're going to do that again, but this time, option 2, float the foot instead of it being on the floor. So toes back in that position, and then as you reach that rotation, bringing that leg off the ground, just as we're getting then a pull from both sides. Again, it's just a different joint reaction. Muscles have got to respond slightly differently in that position. If you don't like it, just stick with the foot back as we just did. We're going to go for about 3 on each side. So dropping that arm through, and then as you rotate up, lifting that leg off, and then coming back down and through. Don't forget that nice consistent breathing, so not holding it in at any point. I think that was 4 on that side. Can't even count to 3. Doesn't bode well, does it? Swap inside, so same again. Bring that arm in. Rotating it out, opposite leg, just off the floor slightly. And pointing those toes to the back. Better do 2 more on this side. Awesome. Relax again. I'm just going to move my chair out of the way because we are done with that now. Awesome. We're going to go in with that big ball hand position. So like you've got that giant beach ball in your hand. I'm just going to take that overhead and then bring it back down again. If you do feel ready, just giving that a little lean back, pushing those ribs up and out, and then slowly returning those arms back down, keeping them in that big ball position. One more. Lovely. Now, taking those arms off on the diagonal, so reaching up, but in that diagonal line, across the shoulder, but you're still facing me, so we're not getting much rotation, just more a little lean in one side. We'll be adding our steps in very shortly, as always. It's good to get those arms moving through those patterns that we want to see. And then now for some lateral reaches, so straight over the head, finding that length down one side. Elbow pit sort of comes in towards head. Breathing as you go. Last one. Perfect, got a nice bit of percussion from my shoulders then, nice and clicky. So we're going big ball with a step back, alternating legs. So that's our first position. Join in when you're ready. And again, as always, with your core, it's nice and chill. So if you want to just pause between each one and really slow them down, then you can. And don't rush out of that top position. So this is where we've got the most muscle feeling. So if it feels good to lean into that top bit, with that leg back, then do that. Don't rush yourself. Just increasing that extension in the lower back. Lovely. Rest the arms. We're going big ball to the side with a side toe. There. So as you go to the side, that toe's just reaching out, but it's not weight bearing. Weight is still in the middle on that stationary leg. And when you feel ready, you can increase that round by taking the head and the chest with it. Sort of using that middle leg as a pole to swivel round on. Lovely. 2 more. and relax those arms down. So taking that over the head reach now with a side step, but more lungy. We want it to weight bear a little bit, so weight is on that foot that's moved out, and as we do that, that reach is coming over towards that stationary leg. And again, just holding that for a 1-2, just to increase those feelings that you're getting. The other hand can do whatever it wants. Mine just likes to rest here when it hasn't got anything to do. Lovely. One more. And changing sides. So other leg and reaching opposite way. Two more of these. We're going back to that big full arm position, and here's the footwork. So we're combining the two things that we just did. We're going overhead, right leg goes back, and then from here, right leg is going to go straight out to the side to rotate round, and then it's going straight back into that backwards position before you bring those arms down and feet together. I'll do that one more time. So the feet are going back, side as arms come side, to the back again, and then together. And then we're going to swap sides. So we're going to do alternating legs as we go along. And again, slow them down if you need to rest those arms for a bit longer. Take your time with it. So arms up. One leg goes back, doesn't matter which leg you start with. Side rotation. Back up here. And then together. If it feels wobbly, don't worry, just take your time with it. You can even reduce how far you get that step out. So you could just take it a little bit of the way back like this. So instead of really back, it can just go here. One way to modify that a little bit. Oh, I haven't alternated legs. It's supposed to be. I'll do my other leg next time. Here we go. Again, you might find that one side is less wobbly than the other. Completely normal. We'll be getting a lot of sort of work done in this portion of the hip as well, as that leg supports us as we change position. Lovely. We'll have two more, one on each side. Lovely. Rest those arms down. Okay, so we are going to be crossing over our step now at the back. So we're going to combine the two, the one that we already done, with another step. So reaching this way, and then that same foot is going to come and cross over the back as we reach the other way. So the feet are not as complicated as they look. It is side step, and then same foot just comes behind. Again, it doesn't have to be really sort of like lungy. You can, if you want it to be, it can just cross over the back. Doesn't need to be lots of knee bend in there. So we're going side, reach away from that step, and then cross over back, like that. So stick it all on one leg, and then we'll swap over. Again, not rushing out of those positions. Arms switching over, almost like threading one underneath as the other one comes on top. Lovely. One more. Like the ultimate defrost has happened, and I feel much warmer now. So other leg, so we go left leg, reach away, and then swap that reach over as that foot crosses behind. And again, that can just be small, it doesn't have to be a huge step. Okay, one more. Lots of clicking from my hip then. Okay, so one last thing to finish off. We're going back to this combination, but we're going to try and float the foot. So there's a couple of options here to make sure that you're doing it in a way that feels comfortable for you. So it can either be step back, lift, and then pop it back down into this position, lift, and then back to where we started. Or you can go with that lift straight away. So we'll challenge for the balance, which will mean that the core's got to work even harder. So taking the leg out, reaching the side, bring it back, and then finally popping that foot down. Try that, because even if you wobble, you just pop the toe down and then try again. But do it in a way that feels good. Either take that foot back, get settled, and then go for that little float, or keep it the way we just did. You don't have to float the leg at all, but choose your option. We're going to go for about 3 on each side, just as a little balance challenge at the end. I quite like doing. It's a useful skill to have. Particularly challenging because your gaze has got to move each time. Again, one leg might love it more than the other. Remember to relax fully in between each one. One more on each side, and then we're all done. Oh, I just got to lose my balance there at the very end. Huh. Well done. That was a nice little session, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. But yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.